Good afternoon, YouTube. What's going on? It's Mesa back at it with some Destiny. So Game Informer just dropped an article with a full 10-minute video showing off gameplay of ARCHON'S Forge. If you didn't know, ARCHON'S Forge is going to be a new public event that we actually have to initiate within the Plaguelands, coming with Rise of Iron, of course. So I'm going to give you the full breakdown, but of course leave the link in the description. So if you didn't know already, ARCHON'S Forge is a combination of like the Prison of Elders and also Court of Oryx. But they say in this interview that it's really more just waves of enemy, like a proper horde mode, as opposed to like mechanics, okay? It's gonna be waves of enemies and then a boss, and it's gonna have its own loot system too. Less on mechanics, meaning like there's not gonna be any things that you need to dismantle mines, yes, no, nothing like that. It's basically stay alive, kill, and survive in a certain amount of time. So now you can see here in this screenshot at the top of the ARCHON'S Forge, it's kind of like an overview. You can see everything from this top deck, okay, kind of like a gladiator type thing. It says present Siva offering. Now, once you complete the main story campaign and you're out there killing things, the splicers are going to start dropping these offerings. Now, depending on the category and also the quality of it, you're going to bring it to the ARCHON'S Forge and it's going to give you some sort of unique experience. Now, when I say unique experience, I mean it's kind of like the tiers of Court of Oryx. You have 1, 2, and 3. Here you can see a splicer key, that's one of them, and then also they showed a screenshot of the Siva actuator. So these are going to be some of the things that you present when you come into the ARCHON'S Forge, and that will kick it off. Now, they're going to have encounters for every splicer unit type with unique bosses for each one. Also, keep in mind, each one of these is only going to be 5 minutes, okay? No longer than that. Now, they said some of the enemies are going to have some unique abilities that we've never seen before. Also, we're going to get loot from this, okay? So I'm going to gather here that this is going to be one of the routes that we can get to max light level. So there's going to be ARCHON'S Forge specific loot that's going to drop. And I'm gathering, they don't specify in here, but I'm gathering it's going to be a cross between weapons as well as armor. So now they do show a little bit of the Plaguelands and how you get to it, okay? They did comment how it's going to be extremely blizzard-like conditions all over the Plaguelands, but as you get closer to where the ARCHON'S Forge is, and that's going to kind of be, I guess, the pinnacle of the campaign and story, it gets really hot because you're going to see lava all over the place and machines and things like that. Now, originally, the pinnacle of where this whole thing takes place was they were going for like a Lord of the Rings type feel, okay? You're going to see a huge tower in the background, and this actually originally was supposed to be the inside of this castle. That's where they turned it into. And it's supposed to be basically something that the Fallen have built from scratch, okay? Normally, they mentioned in the video that the Fallen like to jury rig a whole bunch of things, but this is a complete castle that these guys actually built. Now, the ARCHON'S Forge, in terms of them designing it, they wanted to make kind of like a Coliseum, kind of like a Battle Rumble Royale down in the bottom, and kind of a observation deck up top, okay? That's where you're actually going to kick this thing off. Now, if you die and are not revived while doing ARCHON'S Forge, you get kicked out to the top where the observation deck is. However, they have the laser walls up there, so you can't get back down there. So actually, it still can be completed if one person is still alive and finishes off the boss. And they showed you one picture, it's hard to grab, I don't even know if I grabbed it, where the boss looked just like the boss that was at the end of the Wretched Eye Strike, which if you didn't know, that's on my channel. I went to Bungie Studios in July, played it full through, and that's up on my channel. However, they said if you do get kicked out and you're up in an observation deck, you can either, quote unquote, spend currencies or certain objectives get completed, you can actually get back into the fight. Now, they did talk a little bit about the fiction behind the whole thing and how that when Fallen want to graduate and become one of the splicers, this is where they got to come to go rumble with people, and they would present themselves a Siva offering. They'd come in here, battle it out, and then if they survive, they can then graduate. So we're kind of doing the same thing. And they refer to it as trials by combat, that within the Fallen culture, if they want to become a splicer, if they want to make their way all the way up to Machine God, this is what they have to do, trials by combat. They got to come in here, duke it out, and see who survives. So now they did comment that when you first walk in, it is very reminiscent of the Prison of Elders, but that's where it stops. The rest of it is totally new. There's some elevation spots. It's fairly open, to use their words exactly. It's fairly open, and it's going to make for a unique fight. They just want it to be just a straight up brawl, okay? Nothing in terms of mechanics. Just kill everything, kill the boss, get your loot. Now, they also made a point to state that there are more encounters than there were the Court of Oryx, meaning like bosses, I'm assuming. So there's going to be one for every type of splicer, faction, whatever you want to call it, every type of Fallen. So expect that this is going to be something we're going to want to revisit over and over. We want replayability in these types of things, and hopefully ARCHON'S Forge will deliver that. So that is pretty much it, guys, on how it works. Make sure you click the link in the description to actually watch the video. I am not about to upload that onto my channel. Yes, I know other people do, but I don't want to take the risk. Remember when the Taken King came out, Game Informer was passing out copyright strikes like it was nothing. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and that's it. Drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on the Twitter at Mesa. Check my stream, usually on YouTube, and that's it. I'm out of here like Vladimir.